Here's a quick video of my locomotive collection, mainly Hornby locomotives. Unfortunately don't have a display running layout at the moment, so this is just the actual locomotives all in a cabinet at the moment. I've got the Hornby advanced passenger train, there as you can see the ends there. I've actually got two of those. That's the masked one. I've also got an unmasked one that's been stored in a box. There's the two power cars there with pantographs. A normal Intercity 125, same livery. A Intercity XPT, which is the Australian version of the Intercity 125. That's actually a Lima model, that one. And then I've got a Hornby super detailed 08 Freightliner shunter. That's the newest version. A Bachmann Class 70006 in Freightliner. 3 Hornby Class 67s. One's the Royal train, the Queen's Messenger. One it's a silver one, which is from the EWS Managers Pack, and then the EWS livery Rising Star, and then there's 3 Class 60s. One is a Hornby, the Territorial Army livery 60040, which is the new super detailed pack. That's one of my most recent locomotives. And there's 2 Lima ones. One's the Isambard Kingdom Brunel, and one's the Chorus Silver livery, which is T Steel Express. There's also a Hornby Class 92 with dummy pantographs, which has got the working headlights. And there's 3 Hornby Class 90s, one in the fairly recent EWS ScotRail Caledonian Sleeper livery. Then there's a standard Intercity livery, and then a SNCF, I believe it's called Fret Connection Class 90 international model. 2 of those got pantographs. One pantograph needs a bit of repair. There's a dummy car there for a Virgin DVT. Class 91 Intercity 225, number 91025, which is BBC Radio 1 locomotive. Just that one there. If I can get the camera to focus. There we go. I've also got another one of those called the Red Arrows, which is boxed away. Then there's 6 Intercity 125 models there. One's the Midland Main Line, one's the First Great Western, one Virgin, one the blue British Rail livery, and then the red Hornby one, which came from the Virgin train set with the actual Hornby livery on the side, which you can see down there. And then there's a older style, the GNER livery as well. And then there's a Eurostar, Virgin Pendolino, the Olympic limited edition train from last year. A couple of sprinters there. One's in first livery. One's the Great Scenic Railways of Devon and Cornwall one with the cathedral, I think it is, on the side there. That one, the first one's a 2 car, the other one's a 1 car. And there's 2 Class 58s, one in the old rail freight, British Railways, and one's a main line. And also I believe it's a Class 25 Bachmann in the British Rail green. And also the, see on there is the main line Class 09 livery, which is the limited edition model zone model. Also, forgot to add the Anglia livery 08 older style Hornby shunter as well. And then another British Rail really older sort of style shunter as well, which actually runs really well, so that's really good. 3 Class 73s, one in the Pullman livery, 1 South West Trains, 1 Network South East, and there's I think it's Class 31 Lima in the research and development sort of style livery. A couple of Class 50s, one's in a sort of freight livery, I believe it's called Defiant, I think, and the other one's 5002 Superb. And then 4 Class 47s, 2 a Hornby in red postal, Virgin livery, and then 2 Limas, rail freight livery, and then the first green livery. And there's quite a few sort of Deltic style locomotives, Class 37s, 1 Hornby EWS from a fairly rare train set which was exclusive to Toys R Us, Transrail sort of rail freight livery, Regional Railways limited edition model, a Scottish one with a Scotty dog on the side, and then a couple of the older style locomotives as well. An EWS Hornby 08 older style shunter, which I believe is called Stephen Dent, I think, and then a couple of one's a Hornby, I think they Warrior class, and then a Lima one as well, very similar styles. And then there's a little 06 shunter, the British Rail Blue, at the end there. And there's just a few different sprinters. One of the class 466 from the train pack that they do. This is actually a Lima bubble car, but been put onto a Hornby chassis, so it runs quite smoothly. And then there's a Lima Great Western Rail car, a Lima class 59, I think it is. I can't think what livery that is, but I think it's National Power livery, blue and silver. And then 6 Hornby class 86s. One's the NHS limited edition in Anglia livery, a postal livery, a Network South East livery, which is quite a rarer one, Virgin livery, which needs the pantograph putting on it, and then a couple of the older ones, which is a British Rail Blue and a British Rail Grey. And the blue one's called the Boys Brigade, and the grey one is the Royal, I think it's Royal Anglian Regiment. And then the last shelf is of steam engines. We've got the Flying Scotsman twin tender with the blue sort of British Rail colouring tender, blue and white or blue and grey. A digital one from the Orient Express set, the sort of navy class. A couple of other Great Western ones from train sets and things like that down the end there, and an older Flying Scotsman. And there's the silver link train from the Silver Jubilee train set. A Wadebridge West Country class from the Devon Bell train set, a newer style Silver Fox LNER locomotive from the limited edition train pack, and then a few smaller engines, the London Transport one in red there, which is quite striking. This little one, which is quite a nice little locomotive, which I got recently. It's LMR livery, 060 locomotive. The old Great Western ones in the back there, and a couple of Great Western ones at the front. I'll just do a little brief showing of them all.